What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is the Monday after Easter Sunday 2025, which for many of you out there doesn't mean a whole lot. However, for us Polish American folk and Polish folk in general, it's Dyngus Day. That's right, it's Dyngus Day, so happy Dyngus Day out there to everybody who celebrates it. Here in the Buffalo, New York area, we have an absolutely huge celebration on Dyngus Day. And last year I decided every Dyngus Day going forward on my channel, I would review a Polish beer or a Polish-inspired beer from an American brewery, and I have one of those today. So na zdrowie, we're going to have a fantastic day today with this beer. So the beer that I am reviewing, once again, comes from the Brickyard Brewing Company, and they are out of Lewiston, New York, and this is their Pussywillow Pils. So this is a Polish Pilsner that comes in at 5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, this can is just under 3 weeks old. So I picked this one up because of the name. Some of the traditions when it comes to Dyngus Day is that the men and women have like a water fight. I guess it signifies the water that is needed in the springtime, and that's definitely going to come. In addition to that, they gently tap each other with pussy willows. So when I saw the name of this one, I was like, I have to give it a go. The spiel on the can here, it says brewed with floor malted barley and Polish grown Lubliner hops with notes of lightly toasted bread and herbal hoppiness and a delicate citrus character. So we got the dimpled mug here. We're gonna crack it open, get in the glass, and celebrate Dyngus Day with what I think is an appropriate beer. So let's give it a pour here and get into it. Ooh, definitely a good carbonation. I'll go a little bit harder here at the end, try to generate a nice head. And I have succeeded. We'll throw this over here like that. Now, we do have a little bit of whatever. You know what? We have Dirty Glass Mafia, but how does that look? Absolutely glorious, in my opinion. That is a beautiful looking beer. So it has this nice honey golden color. Clarity is through the roof. Has about a finger of a bright white. Very creamy looking head. Doesn't look soap sudsy. I'm gonna bust out the contraband flashlight here to see if we can get any. We'll put it. I'll flip it around here so I can get underneath it here and see how the lighting looks, just to see if it looks a little, because it looks a little dark on camera. So yeah, I would say that is a little bit more appropriate where you're seeing with the light here. Maybe you'll see the good carbonation coming through. But yeah, I think as a whole, it looks appropriate. So beautiful looking beer. Let's get a nose. Yeah, definitely. So to me, they say lightly toasted bread. I'm getting like a lightly toasted like honey bread. Or like I want to say honey wheat bread, but like a honey bread if it wasn't wheat. That citrus is coming through. It has almost like with a lot of lagers, you get like lemon zest, maybe even like a little like limey sensation, especially with like Mexican lagers. But for this, I'm getting like orange, maybe a little bit of tangerine. And man, is that Lubliner hops. I don't really know exactly what the kick out. I'd imagine it's, kind of like in the, like a noble hop to some degree, like those types of like spicy herbaceous characters, because the herbaceousness on this one is pretty high. Almost has like a floral nose as well. A little bit of that sulfuric fermentation, lager funk. Yeah, I would say like honey bread, like toasted honey bread with a nice herbaceousness, a little bit of like a spicy floralness, that orange and like lemon citrus, kind of more of a zest or like a pith, maybe even a touch of like a red apple, like a sweet red apple. Man, that smells really refreshing. Let's get into it. Na zdrowie, everyone. Cheers. Very nice. First sip, not blowing my socks off. It's very nice though for what it is, and it's definitely distinct. With a Polish Pilsner, I don't think that, I don't know, it's like stylistically, does the BJCP have a Polish Pilsner? I just imagine it's going to be in that European realm of like a Czech or a German style, somewhere close to that as far as a Pilsner goes. Body. The body is medium, so you could even say full body for a 5% Pilsner. The mouthfeel is very crisp, very effervescent. High carbonation in this one, glides across the palate, but smooth going down. No real creaminess, but definitely crisp. The taste is bringing On the finish, it's kind of throwing me for a loop because there is this huge herbaceous, floral, spicy character that's very big, almost the predominant note. But forefront, that I'm glad I said honey white bread because it's a lightly toasted honey white bread, omnipresent front to back, definitely there for the ride. Then I get a little bit of that like lemon and like orange and tangerine kind of zest or peel midway through the palate. You could say red apple, white pear, a lighter fruit like that, and more of like the skin of those fruits are closer to the core, not like the sweet part of it, but like the more of the like tannic part. And then it finishes with a big blast of, again, that herbal, spicy, floral hop character. And that's honestly the finish. And this, what I was trying to figure out what I was tasting, but what I'm tasting is a hop bitterness. Like it definitely has a hop bitterness. This is a little bit leaning more towards the hop side of things. Like, you talk about balance with the malt, the maltiness in conjunction with the actual hops and, the bitterness to the sweetness and the dryness and everything. This has a pretty solid and firm bitterness. I'd say this is moderately bitter with a semi to full-on dry finish. It's pretty sweet up front with that like honey bread and those fruit characters and whatnot, but man, does it dry out, and it has a nice just punch of bitterness that is definitely a hop character. It's not like a generic bitterness. Very nice. I wouldn't call this super refreshing to me though. This is a beer I could have a couple, probably pints of, but I'm moving on. I don't know if I could take down a 4-pack. I think that hop bitterness, hop character might kind of oversaturate the palate as I continue to sip on it, but it's still a really nice beer. It's just not blowing me away, but for the occasion and everything, this is nice. This is a nice beer. Might be a little bit too hop forward for somebody who's like a BMC drinker or a macro drinker to be like, oh man, I'm Polish or Polish American or wherever. I want to grab a can of that. And they grab a can of it and they're like, wow, this is kind of like an IPL. Not that hoppy, right? But it has a decent hop character, which I didn't expect it to be that vibrant on the palate, but it is. Little underlying lager funk. Pretty clean on the palate as well. 5%, you can't tell. A great beer for a great day, in my opinion. And when I say great beer, I'm talking about take everything into consideration. I love the name of it. I love the actual label. The fact that they brewed something for Dyngus Day or to celebrate during Lent. I think it's awesome, and I'm really happy with it. It is not blowing me away, though, and I got to be honest with you. I still think it's a nice beer. It's just not like amazing, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be pretty solid, and this is pretty damn solid. So good job by Brickyard. The other Dyngus Day beer that I had planned on potentially picking up is from the brewery that I reviewed for Easter, which is the Buffalo Brewing Company. They do a Dyngus beer. I think it's like another, I don't know if it's a Polish Pils or like a lager, but it's something, lower ABV. That's a lager, I'm pretty sure. I did not grab that one because I reviewed the other beer for yesterday, which you probably have already seen. So I grabbed this one instead, and I am not disappointed. So, Pussywillow Pils from Brickyard. I am going to give this a very, very solid. We'll go low 4 out of 5. We'll go 3.9. I think it's pretty good. I think if it was a little bit more balanced and whatnot, it'd get around a 4, maybe a bit over a 4, but a 3.9 is still pretty good. And like I said, if you're in the area, you're Polish, or you're celebrating Dyngus Day, I can't see you not picking this one up to give it a go. Price point and availability. At the brewery, as I am reviewing this, they have 4-packs. By the time you see this one, though, because I'm reviewing it like 10 days in advance, there's a pretty good chance that this one is not available at the brewery. But if you do go to the brewery, $12 a 4-pack. I think that's a pretty good deal, $3 a can. I picked mine up as a single at a local bottle shop, and it was like, after taxes, almost $5. So don't recommend that. But if you're in Lewiston or can get a 4-pack of it, probably around $12, $13, depending about where you ship or where you ship. I was gonna say where you ship. You're not shipping anything. Where you reside. And then availability. It's at the brewery. I know some other places in the area have gotten their hands on it, but outside of that, I don't think you're going to see it. Like if you're outside of Western New York, you're definitely not going to see it. And if you're outside of like the Buffalo area, you probably won't see it. So if you can't find this one, you can't get your hands on anything like this, try to pick up another Polish Pilsner or another Pilsner or something that celebrates Dyngus Day, and you should be fine. So anyway, that was Pussywillow Pils from Brickyard. I gave it 3.9 out of 5. Not much more to say about it. if you do celebrate Dyngus Day or you're Polish or Polish American, post in the comment section. Let me know if you had a great Easter, how today is going. Do you celebrate Dyngus Day? My family, just being honest with you, I am a quarter Polish. We do a lot of different Polish foods for the holidays and whatnot, from pierogies to Polish sausage, the whole nine. We have gumkis, all that stuff, but we never really properly celebrated Dyngus Day. Like, I never went anywhere and like partied and whatnot. And I wish I would have, and maybe I need to do that at some point to honestly, celebrate. Maybe I have to actually go to like the official Dyngus Day celebration of Buffalo. Might have to do that at some point. We'll see. Anyway, happy Dyngus Day. Check back tomorrow for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Until the next one, na zdrowie. Cheers.